Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to part 5, the final part of the broken ukulele fix project. Okay, so I did some of the work off camera again just because it's so time consuming. So, where is it? Okay, so I ended up using this, now it's all in Thai, but it's basically shellac. And this is supposed to be the colour of it, but you need to put on about 400 layers or coats to get it to this dark. You know, because it's very thin. It's kind of it's watery, but you know it's good because you can brush it on, you can sponge it on, you can wipe it on with a cloth or anything, and it goes on nicely. So I ended up doing probably about 5 coats, and it's ended up like this. Okay, obviously you can still see it, sticks out like a sore thumb. But the customer has just literally 20 minutes ago come into the shop to pick up the other ukulele, the cookie tin ukulele, which is now finished. And he was really happy with that. And when I showed him this, he said, "That's fine as it is." You know, so I was going to try and get it a bit darker, but he's quite happy with that. That's about, as I said, probably 4 or 5 coats of that shellac, and it's actually ended up really nice. I mean, obviously you can still see it, but in a way it kind of looks like a feature, and that's why I was originally going to cut right the way across here and put a piece in to kind of make it look like a feature, but I didn't want to do that in the end. So we've got it like this. The customer is more than happy with it. He's very, very pleased with it. And obviously it's, you know, at least as strong as it was before. It's difficult to show you, but I have actually put a cleat inside there. I think I did show that before putting this piece on. And that's, you know, really attached well. I've had a look inside with a mirror with a light on it, and it's absolutely fine. So I've also reassembled and attached the tuners, and they're looking great now, all nice and clean. The tops of the posts here are still very, very tarnished, but that's what they are. And so I cleaned them all up, polished them, and when I was reassembling them, I lubricated them with this. I use this quite often for this kind of thing, and it works really well, because, you know, it's water based, kind of. It's not as sticky and gooey as, you know, grease and things like that, and you know, it's obviously, it's, you know, once it's on, it's kind of invisible. And honestly now, the tuners are like butter, absolutely beautiful. They turn really, really easily. That one's still a bit stiff, I'll just slacken it off in a minute, but yeah, so much better. I mean, I was struggling to turn them, and now look, I can do it with my fingertips. They're absolutely brilliant now, really, really smooth as butter. Yeah, that one's a little bit stiff. I'm just gonna slacken the screw slightly in the cog there at the back, and that should sort that out just a tiny bit. Okay, yeah, that's it, beautiful. Yeah, they're absolutely smooth as butter now, really, really free. I mean, I knew that cleaning them, polishing them and lubricating them would make a difference, but it's actually turned out much better than I was expecting. They're really good now, really good. So that's done, and like I said, the customer is more than happy with it. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have got it a lot darker than that, and I did say right from the beginning it was never going to match. It was always going to be, you know, noticeable, but it looks fine, and you know, it's nice and level. There's no high or low points anywhere, and you know, I've also lightly sanded it with 2000 grit to get it nice and smooth, and it's all looking great. So all that's left to do now is to, I've given it a wipe over with mildly soapy water to clean it. So all that's left to do now is, let me just move all this crap out of the way, is to go over the whole thing with boiled linseed oil and then put the strings back on. Now one thing I do have to do with these strings, I've got to shorten them a bit because there was too many wraps around the tuning post. But let's just crack on with the oiling. I've already oiled the headstock before I put the tuners in, so and the the fretboard's done. The fretboard looks great. Really happy with that. So it's just excuse me, just the body and the neck to oil, and I'm not going to use a lot. But because it's a matte finish, is it satin? No, not really. It is a matte finish. This is going to kind of bring it back to life a little bit without giving it a sheen. We don't want that. And it will protect the wood as well. Although because it's got the finish on there, it doesn't really need any extra protection. But it's fine. It's all good. And that's actually, that's kind of soaking in nicely, so we haven't got a, residue there. That's good. Get the dry cloth to just buff that out a bit more. That's looking great. Really good. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't actually look any different, really. I mean, it might change the look of the top a little bit because there are a few marks on it. I mean, these witness marks where the glue was, that's never going to disappear, really, unless you kind of wet sanded the whole thing. But it's negligible what that's going to look like if you do that. So I'm not doing that. Right, so I'll do the top now. I'll start in the area where I've done the work. Really work it in. Not that it's going to sink into the wood that much because it's got the finish on it. But this will just kind of tidy it all up, make it all look the same. Okay, I'm going to put the top back on that because this was half full and I knocked it over a little while ago. And now it's not half full, it's half empty. Right, so I'll just buff all that off on the top, and then I'll do the neck and then strings on. Yeah, in all honesty, it's not really changed the look of it at all. Not really. And I didn't think it was going to be honest. It just, I like to finish jobs like this with a liberal coating of boiled linseed oil. Right, so just do the neck as well. I've got enough on that cloth, oil on that cloth to do it like that. More than enough. This oil goes quite a long way. I suppose all oil does. Right. Looking good, looking really nice. And you've got to keep in mind, this is still a cheap instrument. And the work I've done and what I'm having to charge for it is way more than this thing's worth, but it does look really good now. I'm really happy with it. Right, so let's get the neck block under there. And I'm going to put the strings on now, and as I said, I need to shorten them up a little bit. So let's get them all unwound first. The task in itself. Ow, come on. a tangled mess. More haste, less speed, that's what they say, isn't it? Or is it the other way around? No. Right, okay. So, I always start with the inner two strings because they're on the bottom two tuning posts, so that I'm not getting in my way. Right, so I'm going to start with the E string, and you can see just how long that is. It doesn't need to be that long. So what I'm going to do is poke it through the hole twice. So wait, have I got that right? That's not right, is it? What am I doing? It's the outer two strings. But even so, that's still way too much string there. So what I'm going to do is poke it through the hole, pull it taut for now, and then around the post and back through the hole. Then I'm going to just pull it a little bit back. So we've got a little bit of slack there. Let's get that one out of the way. Because you do want it wrapped around, you know, a few times, but not 7 or 8 like it was before. That looks about right. So I've got all that excess string. Right. So as long as it wraps around twice, you're usually good to go. There you go. So that's coming up to twice round now. And starting to get up to tension. Right, I'll just put the other, so that's the A string, this is now the G string. Where's the hole? There it is. Okay, back through again. Easier said than done. Did that go through then and I pulled it out? Come on, okay, there we go. So a little bit of slack on the string, and then start to wind it on. Okay, so do the C string now, which is the thickest string. You see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. Right, so through the hole, around the post, through the hole again. Through, a little bit of slack, that's probably a bit too much actually. Okay, that's good. Right, and now the E string, same thing again. Through the hole, around the post, back through the hole. Okay. Now, a little bit of slack. Okay. So all the strings are on now. Because you've got to get them up to tension. Where's my phone? The tuner. Right, I'm going to snip these ends off now because they're already in my way and annoying me. So, one, two, three, and try not to cut the next string next to it. 4. Okay. Right, so tuning app. How are we doing for time? Okay. Right. Okay, tuning app. Put that, try and put it where you can see it. Can you see that? I think you can. Okay, G, C, E, A. So I'm going to start with the inner two strings first. Okay, that's a C, and then we want an E. Come on, E, where are you? Okay, and A. Let's bring that down a bit. Takes ages. Strings are plenty high enough. E, dearly. F, G, A flat. Okay, G on this side. It's the wrong G. It's an octave down. So that C is going to take a bit of stretching out yet. Just give the strings a little bit of a stretch. Okay, that's close enough for now. It's going to take a bit more tuning yet before that settles down. But it's done. So, just going to try and tune it a bit more. Give it a little play. Give it a play before the strings stretch out again. Okay, that's good enough for now. So just give it a little play. Already out of tune. It's that C again. I'm going to tune the C up a bit. Alright, it's not going to sound great because it's still not properly in tune. Something's not right there. Yeah, something's not quite right there. Yes, that C keeps dropping out, that's why. Don't think I'm going to get much of a tune out of this at the moment. You get the idea. Okay, let's try again. Okay, yeah, still well out of tune. Still got to tune it up a bit. The action's pretty high too, but I'm not gonna mess about with that. This little project is done. I'm gonna contact the customer later. It's only, what's it? Just gone 3:30 now. He should be able to come and pick it up today. If not, tomorrow. And I'm sure he'll be pretty happy with it. So that's the end of this project. On to the next one. In the meantime, look after yourselves, look after each other. We will see you soon. Peace out.